Yo, the build crafting and marathon is much more ill than I initially thought, and if I'm being totally honest here, I think it may be one of the it factors that makes Marathon a competitor in the space. The reason why I say any of that is because over here on X, formerly known as Twitter, Bungie actually went ahead and dropped some of the core mods that you're going to be able to put on respective runners, all right? And I want to go through some of these, and I just want to have some dialogue, right? You and me, we just chopping it up here, brainstorming some build craft ideation, all that good stuff there, all right? So starting with the destroyer shell, right? There are 4 enhanced cores that Bungie actually dropped for every respective shell, right? We have an enhanced core, a deluxe, a superior, and a prestige, right? Following the same color coordination that we get on just about every other game in today's day and age. And of course, the color coordination corresponds with the rarity, right? So enhanced core, uncommon, right? For the destroyer shell, defeating hostiles with explosive damage reduces the cooldown of your next search and destroy. If you're unaware, search and destroy is the destroyer shell's prime ability, where when you are letting off, right, with whatever weapon you're using, you're firing rockets to kind of correspond with your fire, right? So every 3 or 4 bullets, a rocket might come out, right? So you can put out a lot of DPS, especially when you're fighting AI. It can be really useful in that regard. Did I really use it against other players? Sort of, kind of. I can't really remember, if I'm being honest. Not too much, nothing memorable. But it's nice to have, especially when you're being swarmed with AI, you know? What we got here, the deluxe core, which is of the blue rarity, right? Ankle breaker, your thrusters generate less heat while a hostile is nearby. This is going to be really good, really good, especially, and actually by hostile, I wonder if it means an actual player or the AI. Maybe it means both, which again, I think is really good if you are really in the nitty gritty, right? And you are like in a gunfight with another player, or you're swarmed by the AI, you'll have the ability to kind of maneuver a little bit more. You know, you'll have a little bit more wiggle room with that without you overheating or anything like that. So that could be pretty slick with it. What we got here, the superior core, bull rush, your riot barricade does not passively drain energy while you perform your tactical sprint. Interesting. Okay, so I'm thinking riot barricade is up while you perform your tactical sprint. Okay, so riot barricade is up as you're sprinting. It's not taking away energy. Okay, cool. So could you have an infinite riot barricade? Possibly. I think energy is drained as it absorbs gunfire. So if you weren't getting shot at, could you infinitely have it up? Possibly. I don't know, but that's very interesting. And then I would say an exotic core for my Destiny players, or a prestige core here, impact Siphons. Incoming damage dealt to your riot barricade is returned to you as shield energy. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So this is like, shoot, what's the Titan ability or the Titan exotic on Destiny? I can't remember, but it's something, is one of those exotics. Why? Oh my gosh. It's literally, is it Orpheus Rigs? I can't remember, but there's a Titan exotic on Destiny that allows for you to absorb gunfire, and it actually adds to your super meter, which is interesting. So that's dope. So you can heal up by using your riot barricade and taking, it says damage, so it's not necessarily, it might not be gunfire, maybe it's explosions, all that stuff might be conducive here. So very interesting. So destroyer is going to be very interesting. Like, he's not just going to be a bruiser, right? Or it's not just going to be a bruiser, it's going to be much more, it's going to have a higher skill ceiling, you know, and a higher skill gap than initially anticipated, right? It's not just going to be like selecting Titan and punching and shotgun and everything, you know what I'm saying? So very interesting. All right, I can ramble all day, but I want to be concise here. Let's look at Assassin. So again, we got 4 cores to go through here for Assassin. The enhanced core, breathing space, your shroud increases your weapons reload speed while in any smoke field, right? So we know that the Assassin has the ability to drop those smoke plumes down. I believe that's his prime ability. I think so. I think that's his prime ability, or is it one of his tacticals? I can't remember, but either way, you drop a smoke grenade, because there are smoke grenades in this game, I believe. So yeah, so you can use that prime ability, drop those smoke plumes down. It actually is his prime, yeah. You could do that, and you could just kind of navigate through the smoke, you know, SMG, reload quick, and it works alongside, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, it works alongside like the whole assassin appeal. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to be invis and all that. Can you reload while invis without it fully disrupting your invis? I believe so. As long as you don't fire at somebody and as long as you don't take fire, I believe. Can't quite remember, but either way, that's gonna be pretty slick with it. Deluxe core, patience. While stationary, your invisibility timer is paused at the cost of generating heat. That's going to be very, very nice. Very, very nice, right? Especially if you're in a situation where both your homies got clapped and it's just you and the other three, they looking for you. Man, hold on. Let's go ahead and pause that timer. Now, we will generate heat, and we may get to a point where we overheat, but hey, look, at least I get an extended time period. You know what I'm saying? At least I can extend that invisibility timer. Maybe they get bored of looking for me and they leave, and I can revive my homies. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, patience, that is living true to its name. We got here Gorilla as a superior core. Your active camo and shadow dive recharge more quickly while in the smoke. Ah, interesting. Now, I can't remember if shadow dive drops like a smoke screen as well. I can't quite remember. Somebody in the comments can let me know. Again, I can't remember, but this is very interesting as well, though, because again, you can get back in viz quicker, and you can put yourself in a position to where you can, you know, climb up a ladder, jump down, and do the little shadow dive ability quicker. I guess cool. All right, cool. And then what we got for the prestige core shadow strike, your melee and knife attacks deal increased damage when attacking from invis. Okay, so they jocked this straight from the hunter. I can't remember what. Man, wasn't it another exotic that the hunter had where when the hunter attacked coming out of invis, I think it was like or it might have been like a void aspect or something like that, where when the hunter attacked from invis, damage was increased. I can't remember, but either way, like that's going to be really, really interesting. It's going to make for a lot of funny clips. Going invis, creeping up behind somebody, hit him with that pow, put him down. You know what I'm saying? So that may be fun. I can't really see like its usefulness. Well, against the AI, this could be actually really, really useful. So we're just going to have to see. Very, very interesting. All right. Recon. Talking about Recon, what we got here. Enhanced core, hot pursuit. Your tracker drone travels faster and further before automatically detonating. That's going to be nice. Because that little tracker, man, that mug is going to be so annoying to fight against, but so great to have on your team. Oh my gosh. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We got the deluxe core on the trail. The trail left by your stalker protocol lasts much longer. Defeating hostiles affected by your stalker protocol reduces your generated heat. Interesting. So stalker protocol, where you can see the footsteps, because when you break their shield, I believe, when you break somebody's shield as Recon, you can see their footsteps. I think that's stalker protocol. And if that lasts much longer, then you are really going to be able to hunt people down, or at least come to your homies and let your homies know where people are. So that's pretty lit. We got here cluster payload. Your tracker drone detonates into shrapnel sub munitions. Man, that word almost got me. That explode on impact, dealing additional damage. So the tracker drone works like a cluster grenade. It'll go bloom, and then it drops in the shrapnel and go boom, boom, boom again. Okay. Gosh, that thing is going to be so annoying to deal with. That's self-explanatory, though. And then what we got here, early warning system. You receive an alert on your HUD when a hostile runner is nearby. So that's like, what's it called from Call of Duty? High alert. So this is kind of like Marathon's version of high alert. Man, Recon is going to be annoying if you're trying to play the sneaky game, because Recon's head's going to be on a swivel. All right, cool. What we got next? We got Vandal. Enhanced core tag. Disrupt cannon deals additional damage and pings targets caught in the blast. So you use that little blast cannon joint, you hurt somebody with it, it's going to ping them. I wonder how long they stay lit up for. That could be nice to have, though, on the tuck. We got the deluxe core, mechanized holsters. Your power slide reloads ballistic weapons from reserves and recharges a portion of your Volt weapon's current battery. Okay, so this is, what was it called in Destiny? Slide shot, where whenever you were to slide, and this was great on shotties, you know, you could slide and get yourself a shotgun shell or two back. I can dig it. That just further etches that Vandal is going to be used by all the sweat lords. Cool. Superior core, we got adrenal core. I can't read. While amplify, your movement abilities generate even less heat. Okay, amplified, that is the prime ability, right? Where you go into overdrive and you can just fly around like a lunatic. Using a cardio kick extends amplifier's duration. Okay, cool. Cardio kick. What is that? I can't remember what that is. I can't remember if we even know what that is. But either way, though, interesting. So this is just going to fuel you to be a super crackhead. Like, hey, look, go ahead and amplify, be a crackhead. You're going to generate less heat, so you can be even more of a crackhead, and use cardio kick, and you can be even more of a crackhead. All right, bet. Cool. And what we got here, the Prestige Core Microjet Efficiency Package, MEP. I'm going to call it MEP. Gain an additional charge for your microjets that generates less heat. Is the microjet the double jump? If that's the double jump, then that means you get a triple jump right here, and it generates less heat. That's very interesting. So you're gonna be out here platforming like Crash Bandicoot or something with Vandal. That's gonna be annoying to fight, especially for the sweaty players. I already know they just gonna main Vandal and they're gonna be flying around the map. Oh Lord Jesus. All right, cool. We good though. We good. We good. Moving on to Thief here. What we got here for Thief? Now Thief, I can't wait to run me some Thief. I'm a loot goblin, baby. Enhanced core. Greed is good. When your backpack is completely full, your sprint speed and slide distance are increased. So I can turn into a movement nerd just off of the fact that my backpack is full. So the more I loot, the greater my movement is. Hey, I mean, that's a day one for me, baby. Come on. What we got here? Deluxe core, hit and run. Striking a target with a melee or knife attack immediately after grappling hacks them and knocks random loot items from their backpack. Interesting. So that's almost like a strand ability, right? That's like a, I think Destiny strand, when you do like the little strand melee attack, except in Destiny, they don't drop their loot. Yeah, that's gonna be a little strand / Pathfinder type of move. I can dig it. Superior core, case the joint. Your X-ray visor has increased vision range. Okay, so yeah, the X-ray visor allows you to see more loot in the respective rooms and everything like that. So, okay, dope. Cool, so I can see more loot at an extended range. I can dig it. And then the prestige core, partner in crime. While not being piloted, your pickpocket drone periodically releases a pulse that pings nearby hostiles. Ooh, now this is going to be great. This is going to be great, because this is going to allow Thief to double as like a Thief / mini Recon. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I get this core, oh my gosh, it's up. Thief, I can't wait. All right, cool. Last but not least, what we got here? My homie Triage. So we got high voltage. Defeating hostiles affected by EMP reduces the cooldown of your next battery overcharge. EMP. I can't recall. Is there an ability that Triage has that allows you to EMP? I can't remember. Let me know in the comments, but it will reduce the cooldown of your next battery overcharge. So the battery overcharge allows you to increase fire rate of weapons and stuff like that. That's one of the passive or prime abilities. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. We got electron recapture sinks. While your battery overcharge is active, defeating a hostile or downing a runner with a vault weapon instantly restores a portion of the weapon's charge. So you're going to have to really lean into the vault weaponry when it comes to Triage. You got overcharge on right here. You can get active. Okay, I can dig it. What we got here? Superior core, no good deed. You receive a burst of healing when your med drone attaches to a crew member. That's gonna be nice. Triage is gonna be a sleeper, and Triage is gonna be really good for my people that are new to extraction shooters or that don't quite trust their gun skill, or they may be an average PvPer, right? Triage is gonna be nice because you are going to be able to keep your homies in the mix, but also keep yourself in the mix as well. Just little stuff like this is gonna be nice. And then the prestige core, Samaritan. Sharing a consumable with shareware.exe reduces the cooldown of your next med drone. So sharing a consumable, I can't read, y'all, bear with me. Sharing a consumable with your shareware. Oh, that's when you send a little homie over to your teammate and then you go ahead and heal up and it heals the homie. It reduces the cooldown of the next med drone. Okay, dope. Again, Triage is going to be annoying to deal with because Triage is always going to keep, if it's your team, it's going to be great. But if it's a Triage on the enemy team, it's going to be annoying because it's going to just keep them in the fight. Triage's prime ability, you can go ahead and res somebody from the ground, but also knock down somebody else. It's going to be chaos. But it's going to be chaos that I really look forward to, you know? Now, looking into everything here, I do not believe we will have the ability to put cores on Rook, which would make sense, right? Rook is literally like a scav run. So if we could spec out Rook with cores and stuff, that'd be a little bit crazy. Maybe in the future though, maybe there will be things that will allow for us to have the opportunity to find rare loot or to, you know, spoof the UESC? I keep wanting to call them ESEC, but the UESC to spoof them longer and stuff like that. Little marginal cores, I think like that could be cool. But anything beyond that could become a little bit ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Rook is going to get cores. Maybe Rook won't. I have no idea. But what I do know is This is lit. Like being able to fully customize and being able to really spec into the runners, I think is going to be mad dope, because we're going to be able to spec into the runners. We're going to be able to spec into the weaponry, right? Like here's another like little sidebar chip here. Like this is a chip that you're going to be able to put on one of your weapons after aiming down sights for a brief duration. Projectile impacts from this weapon create a distracting bird call. Like I don't even know what that's going to be. I don't know what that's going to sound like. No idea, right? Maybe that's just going to like dull the senses of the enemy opposition, and they're not going to be able to hear where gunfire is coming from, footsteps near them. We don't know how long it's going to happen for, whatever, right? But like being able to like really lean into some stuff like this, especially if you're running like assassin, right? You're in the smoke, you pop out of invis, you hit somebody, and you have the, how do I say this? Ornithologist. I'm gonna just call it OR. You have the OR chip mod on, you know what I'm saying? You pop out, hit somebody, they can't hear nothing, you go invis, rotate. Like, man, it's gonna be so much crazy stuff you're gonna be able to do. Like the build crafting is gonna be endless. You're gonna be able to core everything. You're gonna be able to add some implants that's gonna spice you up a little bit. And look, we don't even know, like, I don't think these are gonna be all the cores that are in the game. Like maybe to launch, but maybe there's going to be universal cores that we're going to be able to, well, actually, I know there are universal cores. There were universal cores back in the alpha, so I can say that, right? But like, there's going to be so much opportunity for build crafting, no matter if we get an enhanced core or if we end up getting, what are they called? Like a prestige core. Like they all have their own viability. And the cool thing about this all is it's going to force us to get uncomfortable, because you're going to go in with that prestige core, you're going to lose it, and you're going to have to lean on a deluxe core with another respective shell that you haven't played with in a while, or you never played with, period. And it's going to force you to kind of change up the way you're playing, or maybe not force you, but it's going to give you the opportunity, right, to change up how you're playing, what you're playing with, so on and so forth. And it keeps the gameplay loop fresh, you know? If I've spent most of my time on Vandal and I ran out of all my Vandal cores and I had a couple Destroyer cores, you know, just sitting in my vault, I'm gonna be like, man, you know what? I might as well burn through these, right? And I'm gonna end up running Destroyer. I'm gonna have to learn how to play Destroyer a little bit more, and I'm gonna have to lean into its ability, so on and so forth, right? So again, it just is going to keep that gameplay loop fun, especially when we're talking with PvP and all that good stuff. So I'm excited. I'm super duper excited here. And you could tell I just said super duper, man. What are we doing? I don't know. I got Monday brain and I'm recording this on Monday. I don't know when this will go live, but I'm curious to know, what do you all think about this? Are you all excited about the build crafting opportunities? Again, I know I am. I just want to hear what you all think about this down in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation civil. And until next time, we are signing out.